we're back to learning JavaScript. Let me show you a for in loop. You can use it for arrays and objects. Let me show an object example. And the difference is, to the regular for loop, you don't have to define a counter anymore. It just goes through whatever you give it. For example, an object. Let me define a player. For the properties, we have to use colons and then add the value. And you have to separate the properties via a comma, so not a semicolon. Once we've got that, we can define our for loop. We use 4 regular brackets, then curly brackets. Let me correct that here. Inside of the regular brackets, we write let, and then the variable for the counter that is then automatically used. And then in object, in our case the object is the player. And as a variable, I'll simply write x. So we want to use x to iterate through our object here of player. So we use player, square brackets, and then x inside. And it doesn't really matter how many entries we've got now in the player object. The x will ensure that we go from start to finish. But I want to store all of that inside of an output. So I have to define this variable of output first for our for in loop. And I set that simply to empty, but it's going to be a string. So I use quotation marks. And I'm going to add quotation marks and a white space here as well to separate our object values. And if I print out the output, we now get these 3 values that we had. So if I get rid here of this plus via white space, this will make the white space disappear between Luka Doncic and Lakers. And if I get rid of the plus, Luka would be stored but overwritten by Doncic, and that would be overwritten by Lakers. So this is why we've added a plus sign here. And as I've said, you don't have to mess around with the counter anymore. We'll just add a for value if you need it. For example, a position. I have to add a comma here after Lakers. And I'll make him a guard. And there you go. By using a for in loop, it automatically adjusts to the size of, in this case, the object or an array if you use an array, and then it's going to give you what you need. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.